Hello, welcome to Dino Dragon Games. I'm your host, Dino Dragon. Today, we are continuing the thing we had last time. Last time we have created a sculpt. The problem is that we can't use it. As you see on the thing, we got about 2 million polygons, almost 3 million actually. So we're going to do a thing called Retopology, which is the thing basically saying making a low poly version of the thing so I can bake the details from the high poly onto the low poly. And by this, I'm going to set up these various steps. So here it is. You see, to prove that the thing is pretty tightly dense, and this would not work in any game whatsoever, or really not really useful in much of other things, other being a pretty looking thing. What I'm going to do is begin the retopology step right now. So like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I will and subscribe. So yeah, here we go. Okay, shambling done. So the steps you have to do for retopology is to have a plane, mirror it, and then apply shrink wrap, put it above surface, and then and there are three goals above retopology. Goal number one is to make a low poly version, and what I'm doing is kind of shrink wrapping the low poly around the high poly, like a shrink wrap plastic or something. And the purpose of it is to find three goals. I have to find good edge flow and have the thing to be quad based. It's fine to have some triangles, but it will be much easier to add more detail later. So that's the goal. Keep good edge flow, have quads, and have very little, and keep their and have very little overlapping. So I can't have overlapping. So here my getting things set up, and I kind of did experiment with the eye you saw earlier. But out of all the steps of making high quality models, this is the most technical part of it. Honestly, this is the most time consuming part of it, because it's mostly a puzzle. And this is actually it's not hard whatsoever. The only hard part is finding good edge, finding the most logical edge flow of where you put your faces. Like if you have an eyeball, you put like a row of faces in a circle, and then you have and also a row of faces around the mouth or whatever. And just kind of think what the logic plays. So it's actually a puzzle compared to art. So basically, your poly build is art. You're sculpting art. You're texturing art. This is the most technical thing, because if I were to put the sculpt right into a game, it would not work. And I cannot put in anything more advanced than some basic color, things. Like it would not work in the game. It would not even work in any sort of animation, let alone real time. So it's really good for just being a pretty black and white image, or a solid color, monotone color. So what I'm doing is I'm creating the low poly version, so I can UV unwrap that, and then bake the details from the high poly onto the low poly. So it's kind of like a toaster that you can get. You probably seen toasters where you can have a pattern toast onto the bread. So the low poly is the bread, and the high poly is the toaster thing, the pattern, in the form of a normal map. Well, a lot of games have a lot of detail these days. they really don't have a whole lot of detail when it comes to actual physical geometry. A lot of it is in a form of a texture map that gives the illusion of depth where there really isn't. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be doing that later on. So the thing I wanted to do, I wasn't able to finish the retopology, but I wanted to finish the retopology by the end of this video, and by the next video I would UV unwrap it and bake the details and finish it off. So, but this I can't. I haven't finished it up. But luckily I got real close to finishing everything, and yeah, that's good. So currently I'm doing the pincher things. Another thing that I've done that you don't see that is I edit the sculpt a bit. There's some things just didn't look quite right. I fixed some of the issues that looks stretchy and stuff, so I fixed some of those things. The last thing I'm going to do is do a remesh of the sculpt anyways, and that will fix any issues like perhaps there could be on flip faces, so I gotta do that. But I will probably do that before I finish the retopology, so I don't have to redo a lot of faces. So I'm almost finishing up the head here. Sorry, rambling. My throat hurts, so I kind of keep it quiet and commenting when there's something to show. Sorry. Alright. So yeah, see what are we doing here? So yeah, I finished up the mouth parts, and I'm also doing the eyes now here. And actually, the thing that the retopology that this particular model, I did a pretty good job with the retopology. All the faces are relatively even. There's no wonkiness to it all, and it's still with a relatively low face count. The type of face count I would want for a game. So yeah. So I extrude the thing, then I go into vertex modes and it merges the vertices together, kind of zip things up together, and I just extrude more. At some point, I'm just gonna go quick by extruding a bunch of faces and doing other stuff, but yeah, I'm moving things position to keep from things, because these are things so overlapping. So yeah. Alright, let's see if there's anything else interesting. Now let's just continue on with the eye. Sometimes, sometimes I have to redo a couple of things, and I did a pretty good job with the eye. And here we go, I'm speeding things up by just pulling up a whole lot of faces and just fixing, realignment, everything anyways. Knowing that I'm probably going to keep the detail the way it is. Basically, this is basically I just taking a shortcut here, and it's still pretty good retopology there. It's probably not the best because I kind of take a bit of a shortcut, but it's still a pretty good thing. It really is. So I'm really proud of this particular model so far, and how I'm going so far. So yeah, we're moving on. So yeah, just kind of skip through little bit more further in the eye, almost done. Just merging the vertices, moving the vertices around to fit within the shape. Here am I trying to figure out, okay, maybe this is the best way, and then I decided, no, that's not the best way, and just kind of threw it out that way. My brain is going a million miles. So yeah. Okay, I'll be quiet for now. In a little bit, I'm going to demonstrate one you have pretty good edge flow. So I'm about to demonstrate right here. So here am I just filling the rest of just closing up the rest of the vertices together to complete the eye. All right, and here I am finish up the head. And what I'm going to, I'm demonstrating is I alt select the flow will be even and logical in a logical way, and this is what it means. So a bad edge flow would be like one of those lines that spiral into each other and just be weird. That is an inefficient way of doing it. And if your faces are spiraling, that is a pretty bad thing. You don't want that. You want things to be parallel and even. And so here am I doing the back. I just I filled up a little bit of a line around the legs and then the back side, and I just extruding things. So this is kind of the thing. Like I said, it takes a while, and I do one little thing at a time. And here I zipping back at the back. Oh, here we go. This is when example when I made a mistake, and luckily I can just quickly delete those faces and just extrude those faces, like re-extrude those faces again and do all that. So that's the example of a simple mistake you can make, but it's very easy to fix by deleting some of those faces and redoing them again. And here am I just moving the vertices in a relatively even way to fill in the gaps, to solve the things, so the high poly is not poking through the low poly. And here am I filling the inside of the neck. So yeah, so I'm connecting the head to the rest of the body, so it's filling up the rest of the neck to the rest of the head, and whatever, and not only put more loop cuts, edge loops or whatever, as needed to, so things can match up, as it were. Sometimes I would delete some. Often I would delete faces because I realized, wait, no, this is a better way of doing things. Because I want to make sure that I do it in a way where I'm not going to get a triangle. So yeah, see, I did reset there. And I am doing it a different way because I realized it would be easier. So I did a loop cut and kind of go around, but not in a crazy way, in more in a way where it's not super ding. It's not particularly crazy way. It's not like looping all the way around and going this way and that way. It's just kind of looping in the back of the head. So here am I finish up the side of the body. I will kind of get a head start here, and yeah, what I did there was simply do a alt click around the vertices and just merge by distance, so I kind of do it all at once. Often when I merge vertices, sometimes I do it by center one at a time, and sometimes I would merge by distance in a quick fashion. So it depends how things are like. So I'm sorry, I'm super rambling. My throat hurts. If I'm boring, then I'm sorry about that. But hey, we're having fun here. So yeah, my day goes very well, and what I'm doing here. Oh yeah, again, more of the same. Really, it's just extruding faces and then connecting them. Sometimes I connect the two faces by getting to the last, near the end of it, and just hitting the F key to fill that area. Sometimes I take the vertices in the corners and merge the vertices on each of the corners at the ends of the faces where I want to connect to. So if that makes sense, then you know what I'm talking about, even with my rambliness. I'm not really that good at talking, so especially on a long period like this. So honestly, I could have just covered a lot of this out right now, some of the sound, but I'll keep it in. More time to talking. Yeah. Want to finish up the rest of the thing, and yeah, we're getting near the end actually. So I'm just going to keep quiet for a little bit until we're on near the end, and I will do my outro then. Actually we'll do the outro now. So yeah, this is Diamond Dragon Games, and let's not do the outro yet. Alright. So yeah, so I got most of the thing down. And I just kind of look at it far away, see what I did. So that's an example when I just want to take some time to look at it, see what the best course of action, and here am I connecting the legs to the rest of the body, so yeah, more of the same. So this is actually probably one of the more boring parts of the video. I'll make sure, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up the rest of the retopology off camera and resume and show you what and do part 3 with the retopology complete and stuff, so that way you don't have to see twice of this again. So again, this is actually a pretty boring part, at least boring to watch. I enjoy doing this, well, doing things like maybe listening to music or whatever while doing this. If again, from someone like me would enjoy solving this, because it actually is like a puzzle, but it's not really interesting to watch. So yeah, I will see you next time. This is the end of the video. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. I'm done for real. Okay, I'm done for real. This is the end. Like, subscribe. Thank you.